Sphenopalatine ganglion sits outside the brain, but it's a nerve tissue that basically controls access to the brain by dilating the blood vessels or constricting them, much like you would use, for example, a vagus nerve, which goes down to your heart and lungs and automatically pumps the heart, lungs, breathing, where you have to think about it. The SPG, or sphenopalatine ganglion, is exactly the same, but goes to the brain and it opens up half a hemisphere of the brain. We identified technology that was using this to treat cluster headaches, which are the most severe headaches where the entire side of your face turns swell and red, the blood vessels dilate. And when we use SPG stimulation and overstimulate the sphenopalatine ganglion electrically, then this shuts down and cures the cluster headaches, and you see the entire side of the face turn normal in terms of its complexion. The whole vascular side shrinks down. And so we identified that, and we said, look, this is the body's own normal mechanism. Then we looked at other studies that were out, and sphenopalatine ganglion, if you stimulate it at a different frequency, what that does is that vasodilates. It opens up the vessels to the brain, and by mechanically stretching them up to 40%, it also opens up the tight junctions and opens the blood-brain barrier. So we then looked at research. A guy named Michael Lang, and a neurovascular surgeon at University of Pittsburgh, he did a bunch of animal research where he showed that if you open the blood-brain barrier 10 hertz, you can start deliver small and even large molecules as large as stem cells,
Wow.
into the brain in animal models. So we now said, look, we now have a mechanism that's outside the brain that has a simple 15-minute outpatient procedure. We can implant a neuromodulation device that has no battery, no power source, and we externally power it, turn it on and off by applying an external device. And then that allows us to control the sphenopalatine ganglion precisely, so that when you infuse a medication, you open the blood-brain barrier, and when the infusion stops, you time it and you would close the blood-brain barrier and shut this down. So it eliminates the damage, and we're using the body's own normal biologic processes. We're simply stimulating those and overriding them at the right time to allow access to brain without damaging anything.